Should I move? That is the question of the day. We have a question in from a money chatter. And the question is, my apartment building went up on my rent. Normally they go up a little bit, $50 a year generally. This year they went up $100. And I am sick of this foolishness. So I am going to move. I am ready to move. They can't keep going up on my rent. I've been a faithful, loyal tenant, all the things, right? Is this a good idea? So I have a little experience with this myself because I kind of did this. And so I can shed a little light on this. But before I do that, hey, everybody. I am Dorothea. Welcome to my channel. Please make sure you like, subscribe, follow all the things wherever you're watching this at. I am Miss MoneyChat herself, the author of MoneyChat the book. Well, right over there, that book right there. All right, so let's dive into this. I actually can relate to this because I did this many moons ago. Sometimes we get in our feelings and we don't do the math. The math should always tell the story. Now, emotions should play a part if you just like, I can't take it, what have you. But before you jump to emotion, do the math. And I've also seen other people do this. What happened with me, I actually, same situation, literally. I had been in a place for a while and they went up what I thought was too high on the rent. And I was like, I'm moving. It was just a wrap. Same situation. The thing about it is this, and I learned this later. I learned this after I had moved, gotten into a different place that I didn't even like as much. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be nicer, but it was not. And I missed my old place. But here's the math of it all. And I've done this. I have talked to some of my friends who did this and regretted it as well. If you do the math, let me grab my phone here. If you do the math, if they went up on your rent $100 a month, I mean the math, right? You're just out $1,200 more for that year, right? If you move, I don't know anybody who likes to move. Like moving is horrible. I don't know anybody who's like, oh yeah, I just love moving. If you move, you've got to pack up all your stuff. That's your time, your energy. You've got to pay movers. Because even if you get your friends and family to help, you've got to give them something unless you're just that person. I hope you're not. But no matter what, you've got to spend some money moving. So let's say moving might cost $1,500 to $3,000. And yes, maybe you moved into a new place that might be a little cheaper for a year or two, but they're going to start going up on the rent too. Now, it'd be different if it was like astronomical, $300 a month or something, but people don't generally do that unless they're making major shifts. And even at that, do the math, because literally you need to come up with another $1,200 a year. And you just need to do a couple side hustles and you've got that. Or how can I make an extra $100 a month? And guess what you've done? You've gotten over your emotions of it, first of all, and being mad and saying, how could they go up on the rent? And you didn't have to pack up all your stuff and go move to another place. Because what are you going to do? Keep moving every time somebody raises the rent? Now, again, it's all situational. And I had the same response when I was younger. Now, I advise other people too. In my family, my clients, when they're like, oh, they're going to, it's a common question. My thing to them, first and foremost, is, how much is it going to cost you to move? Are you, especially if you hire movers, and a lot of people are doing that now. You've got to hire movers. You've got to hire somebody to clean out the place, the new place. Yes, I know that the apartments generally whatever you're doing, leasing, high-end leasing, whatever you're doing, luxury apartments. Yes, they have somebody come in and clean. But everybody knows you got to clean your own house so it has your own smell. Now let's get it right. So look at the money you would be spending. And yes, maybe for the first couple of years, it might be a little cheaper. But all the energy you put into moving when you literally could have just come up with $1,200 extra a month. So should you move? I wouldn't. Knowing what I know now, oh no, I make math-based decisions. I do not make emotional decisions like that because I hated moving It was a 3-day process. It was a lot. And then when I sat down and I really thought about it, and then I got into this other place that was supposed to be so wonderful, it was not. And I missed my old place. The old place, they just took care of the place better. It was more luxury in my mind, and I really liked it. I liked the location. I liked everything. So, and that may be, if you just don't like where you're living, that's different. But count the cost. Packing up all your stuff, moving, you changing the utilities, doing all these things. Is it worth your mental space? Is it worth the money you're going to have to spend moving? Or are you just mad right now making an emotional decision? It's so funny that I got this, because I literally did this, and I counsel people against this all the time when it doesn't make sense. Now, sometimes it makes sense. If it's just a bad place and you're overpaying for your rent already, and they're going up, like I think one of my neighbors, they went up on her rent because they wanted to, at the time, because they wanted to, like, it was like a corner unit, and they really wanted to get more money for it. They went up on hers like $500. Now that was ridiculous. And I think what they did, they just went and bought a home at that time. So something like that, where they're trying to really get the bang for their buck. It's a bigger unit, and they're really trying to raise it astronomically. They're like, well, if you want to stay here, we're going to be charging $500 more. That is a different case, because, at that point, still do the math, but 9 times out of 10, a $500 increase is probably, maybe you going to move. But again, if the math doesn't come together, and the time spent, and the emotional, the mental energy, it depends on what it's worth to you. So, without knowing this complete and total situation, if you're telling me they're only going up $100, what can you do to make an extra $100 a month? I mean, you could babysit somebody's kid and make $100 a month. You could just do some Uber Eats. I know y'all love, I'm always talking about Uber eating and doing all the hustles, but $100 a month, you could get $100 a month. So, don't make emotional decisions that are going to uproot your life. And make sure you follow for more. I am Dorothea, Miss Money Chat herself, and I am here with all things money and biz, real talk. Bye. Catch you next time.